What we've got for you in this little video is how to implement management systems. In this one, we're talking about how to implement ISO 9001. We've got a couple little top tips and tricks for you to follow in terms of going through that process and understanding what it is that you need to do. And the first thing I'd recommend that you do is some reading. And most importantly, grab a copy of ISO 9001 from the Standards web shop. So that would be step one, is some reading. Now dropping down, okay, so you've done the reading, you know you need to do ISO 9001, you really want to know how to do this. I would recommend starting with an internal audit or your own little gap analysis in terms of what you need to do to understand what's the standard, how does it apply, and learn through the process. But importantly, what we're looking for ultimately when you implement that system is a whole bunch of evidence. So why not get started straight away? Do not, and this is tip number one, do not go and write lots and lots of policies, lots and lots of procedures, get a whole bunch of templates. You get too caught up in what you need to write down. So recommendation, tip number one, start with an internal audit. So that's step one here, internal. So the second thing obviously to do in terms of tip number two, and this is moving really quickly through to how to implement ISO 9001, is talk to your stakeholders. Who might they be? They might be the executive management of the business, they might be the manager that's asked you to go look at ISO 9001, and it's really important to start to convene your system and start to assemble your system from day one. In the context of thinking about your stakeholders, I want you to think about the opportunity to conduct your very first management review. Now, out of that, we can start to think about risk-based thinking, and we can do some analysis. So moving right along over here, we can start to talk about our business plan. Now in the absence of a business plan, you can use ISO 9001 as the business plan. So the business plan, particularly we want to see the objectives and targets. And what we want to start to identify over here is our controls. And we want to see an improvement process in place. So what we can start to do over here is start to capture improvements. So my suggestion over here is we're starting to talk about an improvements register, for example. Now those improvements, they're going to feed back into management review. And there's a bunch of other things we can start to look at. We can look at training, policies, procedures, work instructions, guides, all those sorts of things. These are all different ways to have people manage the risks. So it's all about this risk management here in the context of management review. So I hope you enjoyed our how-to video on ISO 9001 and how to implement it. And if you want more detail, have a look at our training academy. We have a great course on ISO 9001 essentials, and we go clause by clause through the standard and give you a really in-depth look. But this is the basics from us here at Best Practice TV. If you don't see me out there in the hustle, you'll definitely see me next time on Best Practice TV. Bye for now.